Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, President Muhammadu Buhari finally betray Adams Oshiomhole as he makes this decision. Alright, but before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has given the go-ahead for the National Executive Committee meeting of the ruling All Progressive Congress slated for Tuesday. Presidency source told Daily Trust yesterday. One of the sources said the meeting was called with the explicit support of President Buhari and that he will attend. It's the NEC, he said it has his authorization. So the question of whether he will attend is pathological, the source said. This is as the camp of the suspended national chairman of the party, Comrade Adam Oshiomhole, is considering court action to hold the emergency NEC meeting. The notice for the NEC meeting, which was issued by the acting national secretary of the party, Chief Victor Giadum, has created a crack in the National Working Committee, with the camp loyal to Oshiomhole against it, while Giadum Group is pushing for it. Members of the NWC who are against the NEC meeting, including Babatunde Ogala, the legal advisor, Malam Lanre Onilu, publicity secretary, and architect Waziri Bulama, newly appointed secretary, yet to be inaugurated. The party has been without a national chairman since penultimate Wednesday, when an Abuja High Court suspended Oshiomhole. Another court order secured from a federal high court sitting in Kano by Oshiomhole has not changed the situation. A member of the party, NEC, who spoke to our correspondent on the nominees, said members of the camp of the suspended national chairman are all out to stop the emergency meeting. They are shopping for an interlocutory injunctions to stop the NEC. They don't want the meeting to be held because they fear that Oshiomhole will be removed at the meeting. He said, contacted one of the aides to Oshiomhole to our correspondent. One of the aides of Oshiomhole who was contacted told our correspondent, we are working on something, but don't quote me. The chieftains of the party in Edo State loyal to Oshiomhole, Henry Adahigbon, said the planned NEC meeting was illegal. The convener of the meeting lacked the power to call for a meeting under our party constitution. The provision for the calling a meeting is provided by the constitution, and anything done without that is illegal, he said. Meanwhile, all at the party secretariat in Abuja yesterday, distribution of identity card for the NEC meeting has commenced. The tag and invitations were distributed by the chief security officer of the party. Sources said only those with tag will be allowed into the venue of the meeting, which is expected to be attended by Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, and Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Biagbajamela, among other members of NEC. It was gathered that tag for Oshiomhole and members of the National Working Committee in his camp were not produced. Effort to speak to the National Publicity Secretary Malam Lanre Issa Anilu on the matter yielded no result, as he did not pick his calls. For his part, the National Vice Chairman South Hilliard Eta said he would not attend the meeting. He also distanced the leader of the party in the South from the consultative meeting called by Governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, saying the governor has the power to call such meeting. Governor Obaseki has reportedly sent letters of invitation to leaders of the party in the zone to attend the consultative meeting, which is holding today to discuss Oshiomhole's case. Wow. When power is taken from a man, that's what you're going to see. And unfortunately, what we are seeing is a case where the hunter has become the hunted. That's life for you. That's why when power is in your hands, you must not behave as if nothing can stop. A lot of people believe that PMB will not attend the meeting, but for the meeting to hold right now, he's the right person that would have stopped the NEC meeting. But according to information, he can't stop the meeting because already The meeting has been slated for Tuesday, and people are ready and very ready to attend the meeting. I think this is a lesson for other politicians who believe that they are gods. And that's why whenever issues like this come up, it's a lesson that must be learned by all and sundry, because who had believed that for once a man of that repute will be downplayed on. He had been of great instrumentation to the success of APC in Nigeria. At least we are so sure that when he is there, a lot of things will pull through successfully. And but with what is happening today, it clearly shows that a lot is going to happen. Now, let's look at what may possibly happen if that next meeting takes place and if truly Adam Oshiomhole is totally ousted out of APC. The first thing that will happen is disintegration of APC. For as much as we know in politics, there are two sides to it. Number one, there are supporters. We have multiple supporters of Adam Oshiomhole. Well, and why he still have a lot of supporters is the fact that he is a very active person. He's very aggressive. He goes for what he wants and get it with all that he has to do. He can push as hard as he can to get results, and with that ability, people seem to prioritize him and they seem to value him. But unfortunately, he was already involved in certain things that are not actually good enough, and those things were, according to information, were some anti-party activities and his forceful attitude towards laying claims on things that ordinarily he shouldn't lay claim on. Some of the persons who are currently in the seat of authority today got there because they paid a huge amount of money to him, and with that in mind, a lot of people believe that he can never go far with it, because that oftentimes brings in those who ordinarily shouldn't have been in a particular position. Already, some APC party chieftains have been restrained from interfering with the NEC meeting, as we have already heard. For example, the legal advisor, that's the APC National Legal Advisor, Babatunde Ogala, the ruling party spokesperson, that's Lanre Issa Onilu, and its National Secretary, Waziri Bulama. All of these guys, they are not meant to interfere with the NEC meeting. And the decision of the court came after an application was filed by the APC National Vice Chairman, Mustafa Salihu. And according to the order read by one Justice Butore, the three guys have been stopped from getting involved because they believe that they will certainly have a negative effect on the meeting. So right now there is the breakdown of peace, and Oshiomhole, I'm perceiving that he may take the next available boss, which is starting another party, which will not augur well for APC right now. I think this is an opportunity for PDP to really strengthen. For me personally, I didn't think that the likes of Buhari will sit quietly and watch things happen the way it's happening right now. Because if you want to look at the person who was at the helm of the affairs, who spearheaded the need for him to come into power, was actually this guy Adam Oshiomhole. He was the one that really fought to see that happen. But unfortunately, the president is quiet over the case. He has not given enough comment as expected. So right now, most people are of the opinion that Adam Oshiomhole is totally out. He has lost out, and some of the his party faithfuls, like the legal advisor, the national spokesperson, the national secretary, and the publicity secretary, I think all of them are going to queue behind him. Some other persons also are still supporting him, because most of them believe that they are working in line with the provision of the constitution of APC. For example, the South Vice Chairman, what's his name, Hilary Eta, that one also have decided to pitch his tent with Adams Oshiomhole. But let the truth be told, right now his enemies are so much the people who have even APC governors who have appended their signature for his removal. They're about 14 out of how many that they have. If about 14 guys are already against you, there is no possibility of you still being in power. And there are some persons also that is holding so much against them, the likes of Rocha Sokorocha and other persons, so those guys are working tooth and nail to ensure that he is forced out of that position. The question is, would he still be an APC member? Because I can't see him still staying with APC if he is being suspended the way they are doing it. He will have to look for the next available party, and being that he has tasted power and has been drunk in the seat of power, there's no way he's going to be thinking of going up to Q and being a member of another party. He will likely start up a more formidable party, and you'll be so amazed some of the important personality in APC who will likely be working with him to see that happen. Right now, PDP needs to strengthen their bond of love, strengthen their bond of unity, so that they can come up in 2023 very formidable. Because if the house is divided against it, there is no way it can stand. APC is divided against itself, and there is no way they can be as formidable as before. The same thing that happened to Peace Corps. By the time they broke into two, they can't be as formidable as they were before. So that's just it. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your position on the fact that Buhari has beat